mentioning that, and it's a big talking point because it was a slaughter. And I think that actually kind of spoke a little bit to how FPX more understands the comp that XSET runs on this map, whereas Fnatic, I mean, they've played FPX so many times. This is a similar one. It's not necessarily fully committing to that, it's just the Omen. And the Neon right now for Zekin hasn't hit as hard as it has in the earlier group stage, at least on Pearl. Both of those Neons, both of the 17-year-olds on the server right now, did struggle a little bit. And they're so important on this map. How often you see these guys lead the pace. Let's get this pistol round underway right now. Fnatic trying to strike back in map number 2, trying to bring this to a map number 3 and avoid what would be 3 of the EMEA teams who have made it here to playoffs going down to the lower bracket. It seems devastating.
Oh my goodness, entirely unexpected. And it seems like they're going to try to do that over towards A. And they're going to walk right into Cryo if he chooses to hold the angle, but the spike rotating back, maybe having second thoughts.
Cryo's TP is really precarious here, right? He's looking over towards Dish, but it's TP back into Halls.
They have no cover there either.
I mean, you saw a little bit of on Pearl how crazy that was that they were committing so many players alone. And it's again just dry trusting that Fnatic is not going to be clearing the space that you're not watching.
He does ultimately now take the rendezvous and retreat back towards mid. Meanwhile, Dirk is on a solo expedition towards B. Maybe
sitting under past the flank later in the round, and it's a free site for Fnatic. A lot of utility spent. And they will clear all the way back. Dirk is listening to all of the rotations happening right now.
There's the flank that you just mentioned. Yeah, the spike's going to go down, but do you realize that Dirk is hot on your tail? I don't know that they do. He has no armor, but he's got a ghost, and he's got a kill onto Def. Making sure that no one else is lingering back. And no, it's not the case. XSET have fully gotten onto the site. You see the first
wall's out, though.
To deny the plant. You're right, there's that wall. They're going to have to span through as Dirk finds another across mid. Boaster paranoid, and Zekin slow swings out and gets the kill anyway.
Here's the aftershock. Aaron has to get off. He's not going to commit to half.
3v3 here for the site. How much more utility do they have? How much more post-plant denial is there? Zekin was supposed to hold the angle, and Mystic swings out. The Frenzy too strong. Fnatic too strong. When they're ahead, they're good.
And obviously the 2v4 by Aaron and Cryo as well. Able to push them over the edge.
This time an early challenge towards Dish from XSET, and they continue to push their way forward. This time you see Cryo's playing back towards B. Make sure there's no light flank.
Right there. No information gathered from either side except for XSET at Dish. Knowing there's nobody here in Fnatic, the same thing in Halls. But the rest of the map, which they've just actually smoked off the strip, this is not going to gain them that much in the current situation, but obviously they could be flanking multiple people here in Arcade. And that's what they're hoping for, but it's just not the case.
Really just confirming the suspicions that they had previously. Zekin is here, Def is close by, and the Vandal's just way too good in that instance. Mystic getting a spike down is planted for long too. They should be able to control that area of the map as you see a rotation coming in through Crashies, and Aaron wins it out with a classic. Forget what I said about the Vandal earlier. Now Enzo with the Frenzy, cleaning that up. But you really feel the gun difference.
One enemy remaining.
There was one kill and it was a fun one to watch, but that's all it was. Fnatic get 2.
These first 2 rounds, very clean.
Aggressive look from both Neons, as it seems like Fnatic is going down into underpass. See the wall up from Aaron, he was considering dropping it, choosing not to for now. And this time it's Mystic who's actually on a solo mission towards Dish. Everyone else at B. Cryo in this tight angle. Sitting on the rendezvous, the spam. Oh, and Cryo still gets alpha and then gets away.
How does he do that? They literally set up a timed spam to clear him out.
From both sides.
And XSET are ripping them apart right now. From this Arcade position, that setup beautiful. Cryo with the first contact, Aaron with the swing following up.
Caution here.
And it's the 2 star players of Fnatic who fall. And remember that stat from moments ago. 10 for 10 on rounds where XSET get the first kill in this series so far. And it's going to make it 11.
Again, looking to play into their advantages. Mystic has gotten into A, and he has fully cleared it out, made sure there's no one around. So you see Enzo rotating over with the spike. He's also going to farm that orb, get the spike down. Get a little bit closer to having that Rolling Thunder online as Mystic tries to hold the line across mid. BCJ playing in halls, creeping his way forward. 13 seconds left. You see the utility through the paranoia, and Enzo almost walks into it. And they just overwhelm him. It's entirely too much.
That's really solid NT bonus. In fact, it's a Prime Gaming flawless as well.
Heavy presence towards B from Fnatic. This time around, BCJ manages to get away without really even a scratch.
And Boaster calls the exact same default that they played in the last round. Send Alpha to get a little control over upstairs, make sure nobody's pushing, and then go underpass to clear arcade with the trio of Mystic, Durka, and himself.
I'm out of here.
That sage wall is, for all intents and purposes, gone. And Fnatic are glad to fill the space that was once occupied. And you see the utility dumped again, the slows, the relay bolts, aftershocks, the counter paranoia from BCJ, and it's actually Durka who gets the first. Slowed, and you see the dash across from Alpha. Durka farms another. Numbers heavily in favor of Fnatic here, a 4v3. It's Alpha with light armor, holding the space. Durka creeping around, prowling through, and it's actually Cryo who flanks him out.
Reach ult.
And
all three. Cryo's not hit though, but he gets immediately swatted down.
And that was the only one, as you mentioned, who had been able to sidestep the ultimate. Def with no utility to respond.
There's the Molly 2, cuts them off from entering the site.
I mean, this setup is gorgeous out from Fnatic, man.
Second with this push on the tower, might be able to make something happen.
There's just no time.
At least maybe a collapse on Enzo so he doesn't save his weapon. Other two Fnatic players have made it out safely.
Go away.
Yeah, well done from Zekin to clean up Enzo, but you could tell the protocols for Fnatic were there, right?
Oh, yeah.
You got the spike down, and then all...
Able to get in that post plant.
You want to play? Let's play.
Alpha here looking to take aggressive space as BCJ flashed up again, backs up.
I really do like how BCJ and Aaron are using both of their control utility at the beginning of the round to try to completely control B side. That smoke to not let off of your cross. And then potentially also the wall being put down by Aaron, either in tower or just blocking arcade off entirely. That's a leg shot. He's got the heal though.
They've rotated back and they have full dish control, and you see once again XSET rotating through, rotating into spawn.
Look at the timing here. Both trips going to potentially be broken at the same time.
Durka's going into their flank. Oh, now he knows that they're there. The flash, the trademark, he realizes he's made a mistake. Get out as soon as you possibly can. Oh, they drop him. Oh, looking for any semblance of safety, and he finds none of it. Def with the spam through the smoke, and it's actually the Boaster who answers with the swing out. Mystic getting the spike down, succeeds. A 4v4 here. And now time is a factor. Now the spike is in play. Massive kill out from Enzo.
We tend to stop.
Aaron responds. Aaron trades it back. Now Cryo creeping forward. Aaron's still close by. They have numbers. They do have presence here in the relay bolts. Maybe way too much, but Enzo with another! Enzo has awoken! 3 on the round for him, and Aaron has no magic this time. Lead here for Fnatic. They have 2 ultimates to work with, and boy, are they key ones.
4 players here out from XSET on top of the wall, but the commit is going to the other side again.
Very cool setup, and understanding that they're going to heavily invest in aggression towards B. They have Cryo play up towards Dish and leave A alone.
And they didn't actually really get too much information about what XSET was doing on the other side of the map, but they don't commit any of their ults here. So they still all have them. Fnatic does. So no commit and Boaster's ults. Fight going on in sand at the same time. They're getting pinched by a lot of sides.
And off of that, Durka dying means they can fully send. They don't have to worry about their trademark anymore. The spam's onto Mystic as they try to keep him back and try to find some space of their own. Another kill going in favor of XSET. Orbital Strike, they're going to have to dance around. A high-low is waiting for him on the other side. As Cryo switching over to the Headhunter, not finding anything. As Fnatic yet again look to dismantle XSET. And there's just not enough time for Zekken to find anything. He's got to tuck tail, he's got to get back.
Barely escapes.
Go, go, go!
But
You have a balloon of yourself?
sometimes.
The aggression from Fnatic towards B. Look at that wall go up. Alfier trying to find space, and he does, and he's rewarded with a kill. Dumping utility all over space where XSET previously were. He gets in, he gets out. It's masterful. Remember, it was Alfier who had a slow map on Pearl. Seems to have forgotten about it just as much as the crowd has. Cryo not landing that shot. I mean, the juxtaposition between two players we just saw is outrageous.
There's no flank pressure here from XSET at all. No arcade, no tree push.
You can just work your way in through the belly of the beast, forget the flank. Dirk and Enzo, you mentioned the extremities that they had, but is it going to be enough? BCJ gets it to half, gets it all the way with members alive. Alpha has ult. Can't imagine him using it here, though.
Obviously can pivot to a super fast hit from that, the classic from this comp.
Oh, we've seen this look so many times. The dump of utility, and then he goes into underpass to join up with Durka.
One of the different changes here, though, is Mystic. He's already controlled this entirely. And XSET is known to late push. Most of the time it's been towards Halls, and it looked like they might want to go for that same sort of late push again.
Enzo farming the orb, Rolling Thunder online. And it seems like they want to go back towards A. The thing is, I mean, there's some Halls presence out from XSET, so we'll see how they handle that.
Informational art here from BCJ. Does spot the players at Dish. Spotted both Alfier and Mystic. Durka with the late rotate on the zip line in mid right now, trying to group up before they take Halls. This Halls take depends where they use this. Rolling Thunder.
Can't use it.
They haven't committed to it yet, and
Could easily get pinched here.
Def on site. BCJ has arrived. Def's able to take care of Alpha. Def finds another.
Spike down.
3v2 here as Durka and Boaster are the only two alive. They're going to get into A.
Oh, what?
Durka with 3.
Have to cover the res now.
Yeah, and I don't know that Aaron's in a spot where he can really get out and get to it, but he's going to try. My goodness, he's going to try.
Smoke.
Maybe it's bait off the swing. Durka with 4.
On for the 6K.
Cryo. That's 1. It's all onto Durka. He has to rendezvous away, but he repositions. He's still healthy. He's got 1. It is going to be the 6K, but Cryo stops it. Oh, this building would have burned down.
It might still if Cryo continues to do what he's doing. Just canceling.
You want to play? Let's
How do they
play.
approach this? Remember, that threat, you've mentioned this, default always suggests a threat that he could go in towards B. But this time, choosing not to.
The big difference is consistently Mystic and his position. He's rotated all the way back down towards the south side, so looks like they will eventually want to go for this classic. And Alfier's coming back to put down the wall. Aaron's already used 1 slow. He's set up over towards the back of Gen. They've got so many ult combinations here too.
What do you have to clear out Cryo? Is it the Rolling Thunder? Is that enough to push him back? His rendezvous is set up to get back into spawn. Back to where the rest of his team is. That's not gonna hit him. There you go. All of the ultimates that you mentioned. You see them cross right across each other. The orbital strike there too as it splits up the defenses of Fnatic. BCJ playing in the smoke close by. The swing is there and he gets 2! Mystic on the trade. It's a 3v3 here. The spike's still not down as Mystic goes hunting. Finds 1.
Dirk's still alive.
And he's the one with the spike. Aaron not able to land the shots. Fnatic snatched around away.
Up till now, he's going to potentially have that same type of drop-off that we saw in the series against 100 Thieves when they opened. In those first 2 maps on KO and Sky, he went 40 kills total. And then he played to Breach and he only went 6. This time they stick him on KO and it's all the same. Super comfortable.
Definitely seems to be working, and you see the confidence. They pushed through the one-way that was set by BCJ. Not a great buyout for XSET. And well, never mind, forget it. The Shorty and the Stinger find what they need. But Alfier has gotten behind enemy lines. He slipped the net, and he's healthy.
Players here.
He's so healthy.
Second! What happened? He had all the opportunity in the world to get 2 there. Or he was still plus 3 kills against Alfier. This time, I'm sure it's flipped.
Aggressive peek out from Cryo, and Durka's just on the other side of the box. They're paranoid, and they're going to swing. They're going to challenge him. Durka gets away.
I mean, how many times has Durka taken the zip this time? This map. Ridiculous. Is there a gap in that wall? Oh my goodness. Aaron has missed the wall here. Or it could just be a bait setup. Funnel you into peeking that angle, and you're holding a ridiculous angle. Look at Zekin's position. He's underpass right now. He's going to get all the information about this rotate from Fnatic, but he cannot die.
And he doesn't. He gets away. See some members rotating back. BCJ dropping the smoke, and Fnatic have fully dumped once again everything into this B site. And Zekin's taking an aggressive spot. He's going to challenge Alpha, and he wins that out! Now the relay bonus Cryo shows up just in the nick of time to find one with the op, but the spike still planted.
Osa going aggressive in Canteen now. Could easily catch rotations here, but has he focused too much on BCJ? No.
Now we're cooking.
Aaron's gone.
It's the second time Fnatic caused problems from that very spot.
And what is Def doing? He's taking so long to make this rotation, expecting the flank still from Mystic.
They've just been conditioned into never having a safe moment, and Cryo with the op gets the third.
I mean, it's just crazy that Zekin was still in tower this entire time.
Remember, he was the one who spotted the rotations. He took damage, and then he full-on challenged.
It will end up fast Hall's push, but with Mystic's ult, we definitely could expect it. He just popped it right now.
Gonna use ult too. The spam's up. The knife there, and Aaron's only one here. But BCJ has shown up too. The challenge up for mid. Enzo can't see a dang thing! And BCJ's Classic wins it out. 3v3 here. Zekin continues to cause problems on the site. Mystic and Durka left standing. The spike planted, as you see it on the minimap, they're starting to get surrounded. Can they hold the line? Can they keep XSET back?
Oh, that's a double aftershock.
Through the barrage of utility, Durka dancing around, finds 1 second ult. Trades it out. Can Mystic do it again for Fnatic? No.
What a round again for Zekin. Just as Alfier started to come online, Zekin returns the favor and evens out. It isn't the dominant scoreline that we saw at the half on Pearl. And oh my goodness, pistol round, which means so much. The crowd knows it.
I mean, listen. Nothing. Complete silence from the players, from the crowd.
This setup for Fnatic could be devastating.
It's all contact though, and now we go. The wall up, the utility dumped. As you see, Enzo's trying to keep them back with the fault line. Cryo playing on the other side of the smoke as Aaron looking to get the spike down should.
They know.
And somehow the spike has gotten
They're
down
turning.
without a
The pinch.
single bit of
The
damage.
pinch.
And there's the pinch that you mentioned. But Mystic and Alfier, Enzo does it too. They somehow walk away with such a heavy advantage, and Fnatic win another pistol.
So crucial for them to lock out this map right here, right now. Win the pistol, start snowballing. 3-round lead. And we'll run it though. For Fnatic.
Another buyout from XSET here. 4 Stingers and a Spectre for Cryo. He also still has 2 shots in that Headhunter. And it's another quiet approach.
All 4 players at Dish again. It's the same thing that they did against the Hall stack of Fnatic last round, and it did not work out. Eventually, they tried to pinch, and it just didn't work. This time the pinch could come much faster. And you saw how hesitant, yep, they're going for it immediately before even planting.
They want to take the fight. The Paranoia is going to find no one.
Look at that though. Fnatic just rotated into sand, not even messing with the opportunity of a pinch.
And they've cleared out the Sage Wall. BCJ repositioning, looking to get the spike down as Alfier's going to go forward. The utility once again dumped. Alfier takes a bit of zone. Durka with what? But Dev, second, 2 big ones, the Stingers, finding so much value as Alfier tried to dash in.
Here comes another push. For Fnatic this time, pushing the north side.
Oh, and second, again, first. I don't think they know the Mystic's there. They haven't cleared him out. There hasn't been a challenge, but they're staring right at him. They're baiting him out. You see the flash come through, and 3 members awaiting. The second flash there to find more, but the counter paranoia out from BCJ keeps them back for now. And Dev swings at just the right time.
It's clean. Second to get the first 2 kills, and then they able to deal with it all from Mystic, but he was just by himself, so Mystic might sometimes look like a one-man army, but just with the classic, just with 2 flashes. Enzo will laugh at the situation before himself.
That's what I do every time I'm in a 1v4 with a frenzy.
I'm looking in the background of Enzo's camera right now. Alfier just laughing hysterically.
Enzo's joined in on the laughs. A joke was said and we've missed it.
Yeah, I feel left out. I want to laugh.
Yeah, me too. Enzo might have something to laugh at here. BC members of XSET retreat away. Maybe a parting kill.
If he gets a kill, he'll have ult if he dies. Neither thing happened. But he's turned up back to group stage form right here on this map, at least in the tail end of that first half and the second half here. Def's going to get his ult up.
Oh, and you have Aaron awaiting the flank. What do Fnatic expect? Do they invest flashes? They do. Alfier on the swing. Alfier finds a second. And Mystic finds one too.
Cry with the pinch though, and Mystic's stuck now. There's the fragment to push him off. Hopefully he can escape from this position. But right now, you got to figure out what the heck else is going on the map. There's this pinch coming. Zekken's trying to escape, but Dirk is chasing him down from the backside.
That was the spike. Man, he was in so much trouble. Zekken was surrounded.
Fast B site execute.
Yeah, Alfier has his overdrive too.
He's pushing fast in halls, actually.
He is. The knife not going to spot anyone.
That pressures XSET to fully commit to this push. Good one way though.
Right into Cryo's up. Zekken trying to do a bit of the same, investing his ultimate.
That was actually Boaster's smoke, so that was a terrible smoke for Alfier to actually work with.
And you see XSET have retreated
Right
to
here.
the extremities. Second is a shorty. Cryo still with the operator, no mid presence. They're gonna drop all their smokes. The Rolling Thunder's gonna be there too, and I believe that hit 3. Durka might have been the only one who avoided it, and he falls. Second going
Falling
aggressive.
Zekken's gonna chase, he doesn't have his ult anymore, so
Yeah.
might as well just put this classic to work, and he almost does make it sing.
Thing is, how much more will he look for?
Gun here.
He's hunting him down, trying to chase him, trying to get the guns out of his hands.
That Vandal might be accessible to him after the spike. Easily as Neon, he can get this.
Just don't step too close.
It cannot continue to happen. The overheat, essentially.
I'm out of here.
DCJ spotted with the knife. You feel the pressure.
I think Zekken's crossed before they even recognize that he could have. There's the aftershock, Dirk has to get out, and he will.
Go, go, go.
Did have that rendezvous to get away with. And Zekken is right beneath them.
Quiet trip across the ropes. Back over towards the south side here. They still have the option to pivot. Cryo's taking a lot of space in halls. Making sure there's not the presence of Durka. But they won't use that. Instead, they'll go back towards the classic.
Zekken still has a lot of his utility. He still has the relay bolts on his wall.
There.
Paranoia available for BCJ2.
And they can hear the trip.
Def has one flash as well.
Gotcha.
Trip's walled off.
There's the first, and he's waiting on the other side!
He's slowed down too.
Like a bloody lunatic! And Mystic cleans him up. Durka retreating to a safe angle, not able to land the shots. XSET didn't have the first this time around, but they still find themselves in a 4v4. Enzo using the Rolling Thunder instead of
Both
trying
players
to get the
stuck.
spike down, and he didn't. Cryo goes up top. Cryo finds a kill, looking for a second, double dipping his way into the round. Not able to find the third. Mystic's gonna have to do it himself, and he cannot. We're tied at 9.
XSET.
Set. It was a close lead at half, but a lead nonetheless, and it's been eviscerated.
And what I'm learning right now from XSET as we continue to watch these rounds play out is the second in cryo we saw at Copenhagen was not even their final form. They're taking it again to one of the best EMEA teams. Fnatic.
Taking it to the hometown hero in Alfier, who's waiting on the other side. You've got Enzo with utility help. That's exactly what he does. Oh, Boaster has Orbital Strike too. The slow orb is there, but Zekin challenges. He opens the door and gets the kill. Orbital Strike gone.
And there's no tools here. On another kill, Mystic is just overextending past the smoke, past the door. Trying his darndest to get this round, get this map in their control.
And Cryo's gone hunting. It was a judge in the hands of Durka, now that's gone. Enzo waiting just on the other side, and Cryo would have to swing pretty far if he wanted to challenge that.
Look at the way that he's holding the angle. He does not expect actually Enzo to be past this. Finally, the timer ticks in his head and he turns to face. But Enzo's stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Between a Cryo and a Zekin. The spam through position given away. A prime gaming flawless for XSET as they take the leaning into that villain role. Well, it seems to be working for him.
Oh, here's a lineup for Mystic. They're going aggressive in north side pinch.
And it's just 3. I don't know that they're going to be able to get out. Excuse me, it's 4.
Alpha's
Can they
coming.
hold the line? You're right. Alpha finds 1. Mystic does 2.
They're stuck here.
The fight continues. There's no way out. And the thing is, Cryo's on the other side of the map. He has to sit back and watch as his team is dismantled.
It is a perfect call from Mini. It's something that you completely don't expect. You're looking at the weapons, you're looking at the economy for Fnatic, what they can buy. Gonna use the headhunter right here, try to get a couple shots off, and
Durka cleans him up. 3rd on the... That might be the loudest the crowd has been since the walkouts. Now Fear going aggressive. He's going to be met with a wall.
it's a very strange commit of the wall. Just so scared of the pressure right there, given Fnatic just showed, making up the pace.
And go in a quiet trip down ropes. Back towards the northern side where Cryo lays in wait.
Look at the ults from Fnatic too. They've got boasters, orbital strike.
They've had it for a couple of rounds. He just hasn't found the right moment yet.
If XSET continues to be this slow, that could be such a round ender. And they already noticed that they walled themselves off in the south side of this map. Durka's posted up in halls. They know exactly that it has to be coming from this north side, and it does.
4 members here. Zekin dashes forward. Canteen not cleared, and there's Orbital Strike that you mentioned. Zekin dancing around, gliding back with all of the elegance of a figure skater, but Boaster punches back! Enzo does 2! A 2v2 remains. The spike still in a good place. The rest comes through, and it's a bait, it's a challenge, and Durka takes it hook, line, and sinker. Enzo.
The spike down. BCJ is going to get aftershocked here. He has no chance to escape!
And he tries to stay!
Spike is down. Aaron immediately recovers it, so they will get the plant.
Numbers advantage still in favor of XSET, and that res, all the more valuable.
But how do you get through Cryo right now? Enzo. 1v2, and you have such a long sight line to get through, and there's an op hanging on it.
Aaron just has to wait. Wouldn't dare move. Enzo has to go so far to clear him out. And there cannot be many.
Look at the economy right now. Thankfully, Durka does have the stimulus of the tour de force.
Mystic with a Bucky, Boaster with a Frenzy, and XSET with the lead. 3 ultimates to their name too. And they're set up so well. Cryo has an op now, and then the tour de force in case things get messy.
Slow approach. XSET completely expecting another push.
And this is how XSET started this half. Remember, it was quiet.
Yeah, but
it was contact.
It was more deathball-y than this is.
Sure.
They're trying to read out if there's going to be any push from all sides of the map. This time, they're sat down in tree. They have control of it. But Aaron watching halls.
Right there.
Here comes the hit. Death has the rolling thunder. It's not going to tag anybody.
Yeah, Boaster is still here. He drops the molly, and it's really just Zekin that goes across, and that might be okay for XSET after all. No! And Mystic Bucky that gets 2! Oh, the buckshot's just too much! And he's still there. He's managed to upgrade a weapon 2 in the tour de force from Durka. gives the numbers advantage further in favor of Fnatic. Durka close by, Def gone.
Down B.
And Cryo can find nothing, surely not a 1v4. Surely not with 13 seconds left and the spike out of reach.
10 seconds left.
And he has nowhere to go, nowhere to run. All you can do is count his lucky stars and hope he survives, and he does not. One for Fnatic.
You want to play? Let's play.
You hear one already used.
Oh, instant rotation here from XSET. I'm wondering what's spurring that on, but either way, they're going to have more challenge to deal with Cryo here against 3.
There's a flash waiting on the other side.
Waiting for contact.
Alphair,
There's the flash.
There it is, and the turn! Cryo gets one! BCJ shows up in time! And now the Rolling Thunder, as Ekin tries to survive, but BCJ is the hero yet again! He's gotten 3 on the round! He's a bloody wizard, he's a 5'2" powerhouse, it's BCJ! But can Durka equalize things? We just saw Cryo in this situation. Can Durka do it?
Spike planted.
Durka up top,
On the wall.
looking down upon XSET. Looking for the height advantage. He's taking care of Def, but has to drop back down.
Gonna go for it again. Double dipping.
If it ain't broke, does he commit? They have so much, I mean, they have money. They could challenge. That's exactly what he does. Durka with 3. And you feel the moment slipping away. Cryo holding the up. And Cryo lands the shot. XSET 1 round away from once again silencing the arena. And Boaster's on a frenzy. Bala. Enzo's on a Spectre.
Durka's on an op though.
And that's been enough many a time.
They're just completely given up on these aggressive plays. And don't forget, Fnatic did not even spend their last timeout. So they're going at it dry by themselves.
Fnatic quietly looking to take us to overtime with a less than ideal purchase.
And Boaster's nowhere near being able to combo his orbital strike with the trademark.
He's so far. The paranoia out. Zekin's going to take space, and he's going right into spawn. Enzo waiting on the other side. He's expecting the challenge. Yep. Utility use.
They walled them off in tower. They walled them off. And they could fully commit to this tree post plant. XSET with a great idea here. Fnatic.
I will say, though, they don't have utility. They
Look
don't.
at the flank, Def. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no.
Def has gotten one. Now Durka in a brutal spot. There's orbital strike as Zekin gets onto Alfear.
He gets away.
Durka, Boaster, and Enzo to try to take us to overtime, and Boaster falls. A 5v2. XSET looking to make a statement. Numbers going back their way. Durka on the tap, holding the line. He gets onto Zekin. Can they bring this back? Durka not able to get anything. Def on the swing. Haters hushed. Doubters damned. XSET advance.
Silencing the home crowd. And you can't doubt anymore. XSET have emerged as potential candidates for world champions. And 2 potential MVP players in Zekin and Cryo. Oh, what an opening series of playoff matches here.
The question for XSET after Copenhagen leading into Istanbul was, okay, you've got Cryo and you've got Zekin. That's great. But what else? And holy smokes, what else have they shown?
I mean,
Def played so well. BCJ did too. The heroics on that play.
just phenomenal. Just phenomenal. Taking both the opening matches 2-0ing Fnatic and taking Fracture after they got dominated by FPX on this map, but XSET doing what Optic until today could not. Immediately coming out against the EMEA and looking so good. 2-0 record now.
In the face of a heavily biased crowd.
Outed forward, but the off decided to be.
What a performance.
But I have to say, not overwhelming, and I think Don Wick understood that the entire time. It is ridiculous what XSET just pulled off.
And surely nobody thought they'd make it out of groups. Surely nobody thought they'd beat Fnatic.
It's just pure. You're absolutely right. The first